Port Charles is headed toward another emotional storm as Carly finally begins to see the truth unfolding around her, while Valentine makes a dangerous move that could change everything for several powerful families. Tensions are rising across town, alliances are starting to crack, and hidden agendas are becoming harder to keep under control. What first seemed like a temporary conflict is quickly turning into a major battle filled with secrets, manipulation, and emotional fallout. For weeks, Carly has sensed that something was not right. Conversation stopped whenever she entered the room. Certain people avoided direct answers. Even those closest to her seemed unusually cautious whenever important topics came up. At first, Carly tried convincing herself that she was overthinking the situation. After everything she has survived in Port Charles, she knows paranoia can sometimes cloud judgment. But deep down, she could not ignore the feeling that something major was happening behind her back. As pressure continues building around her family, Carly slowly begins piecing together clues that point toward a much larger problem. The more she observes, the more she realizes that several people may have been hiding critical information from her for quite some time. That realization becomes a painful wake-up call. Carly has always believed she could protect the people she loves by staying one step ahead of danger, but now she faces the terrifying possibility that she may already be behind. Worse yet, someone may have used her trust against her while quietly setting larger plans into motion. Meanwhile, Valentine is making moves that nobody saw coming. Known for his intelligence and unpredictability, Valentine has once again placed himself at the center of a dangerous power shift in Port Charles. But this time, his strategy appears far riskier than anything he has attempted before. While some believe he is acting out of desperation, others suspect there is a much deeper motive hiding beneath the surface. What makes Valentine so dangerous is his ability to remain calm even when chaos surrounds him. He rarely reveals his true intentions, and that uncertainty keeps everyone around him constantly guessing. Now, as tensions rise, many are beginning to wonder just how far Valentine is willing to go to protect himself and secure control over the situation. The answer may shock everyone. Behind closed doors, Valentine has been quietly building connections, gathering information, and positioning himself carefully for what could become a major confrontation. Some residents of Port Charles are already sensing the shift in power. Others remain completely unaware that they may soon become trapped in the middle of Valentine's latest scheme. As Carly becomes more suspicious, she starts investigating the situation herself. She refuses to remain in the dark while dangerous decisions are being made around her. The deeper she digs, however, the more complicated everything becomes. Old betrayals suddenly resurface, hidden rivalries begin reigniting, and painful memories from the past start influencing present decisions in ways nobody expected. At the same time, Michael is quietly working on a strategy of his own. Unlike the emotional chaos unfolding around him, Michael approaches problems carefully and methodically. He understands that reacting emotionally could make the situation worse, especially when powerful people are involved. Instead of rushing into conflict, Michael begins analyzing every detail, searching for the smartest path forward. Many underestimate him because of his calm personality, but Michael has learned from some of the most dangerous people in Port Charles. He knows how to think several steps ahead when necessary, and now that skill may become more important than ever. As Carly continues uncovering troubling information, Michael realizes the family needs a solution before everything spirals out of control. The pressure surrounding them is growing rapidly, and if the truth explodes publicly, the consequences could destroy relationships, business alliances, and family stability all at once. That is when Michael comes up with a bold plan. Instead of allowing fear and suspicion to divide everyone further, he begins developing a strategy designed to outmaneuver the growing threats before permanent damage is done. His solution is risky, but it may be the only way to protect the people he cares about while preventing Valentine from gaining even more power. Still, executing the plan will not be easy. Several unpredictable factors continue complicating the situation. Carly's emotions are becoming harder to control as she realizes how deeply she may have been deceived. Valentine refuses to back down, despite increasing pressure from multiple directions, and other residents of Port Charles are beginning to pick sides without fully understanding the danger ahead. The atmosphere throughout town becomes increasingly tense. Private conversations suddenly feel loaded with hidden meaning. Long-standing friendships are tested. Romantic relationships face strain, and family loyalty is pushed to the limit as secrets continue surfacing at the worst moments. For Carly, the emotional impact becomes overwhelming.
She starts questioning who she can truly trust anymore. Every new discovery forces her to reconsider past decisions and conversations. Looking back, she realizes the warning signs may have been there all along, but she was too distracted by other crises to fully recognize them. That realization fills her with frustration and anger. Carly hates feeling powerless, especially when her family is involved. The idea that others may have manipulated events behind her back only strengthens her determination to fight back. But acting impulsively could play directly into Valentin's hands. Michael knows this. That is why he tries convincing Carly to stay patient while his plan develops. He believes strategy will succeed where emotional confrontation could fail. However, keeping Carly calm may prove nearly impossible once she learns the full extent of what has been hidden from her. Meanwhile, Valentin continues pushing forward despite growing resistance. Some people in Port Charles are beginning to fear that he may already be too far ahead to stop. His connections, intelligence, and ability to manipulate situations make him one of the most dangerous players in town. Even those who oppose him admit that Valentin rarely acts without preparing multiple backup plans. That uncertainty creates enormous tension. Nobody fully understands what Valentin's final goal truly is. Some believe he wants power, others think he is protecting someone important to him, and a few suspect he may be setting up an even larger move that nobody sees coming yet. As the conflict intensifies, emotional confrontations begin erupting across Port Charles. Accusations fly during heated arguments. Long-buried resentment resurfaces between family members. Several characters find themselves forced to make difficult choices about loyalty, honesty, and survival. At the center of everything stands Carly, finally seeing the truth more clearly than ever before. The wake-up call changes her completely. Instead of ignoring the warning signs around her, Carly becomes more focused and determined than ever before. She realizes the only way to survive the growing storm is to face it directly, no matter how painful the truth may be. At the same time, Michael's strategy slowly begins taking shape. Piece by piece, he positions key players exactly where they need to be. He carefully anticipates Valentin's possible reactions while searching for weaknesses that can be exploited at the perfect moment. The plan requires patience, timing, and absolute trust from the people closest to him. But trust is becoming increasingly difficult in Port Charles. Everyone seems to be hiding something. Every conversation feels dangerous, and every decision carries consequences that could permanently alter multiple lives. As viewers watch the situation unfold, one question becomes impossible to ignore. Will Carly and Michael outsmart Valentin before his risky move changes everything forever? Or has Valentin already positioned himself too powerfully to stop? The emotional fallout promises to be massive regardless of the outcome. Relationships may never recover from the betrayals being exposed. Family bonds could fracture permanently under pressure, and several people may soon discover that loyalty in Port Charles comes with a dangerous price. Still, one thing is becoming very clear. The battle unfolding between Carly, Valentin, and Michael is only beginning. And once the truth fully explodes into the open, nobody in Port Charles will escape the consequences untouched. As secrets continue unraveling and alliances shift unexpectedly, viewers should prepare for emotional confrontations, shocking reveals, and major twists that could reshape the future of several beloved characters. Because in Port Charles, power never changes hands quietly. And this time, the fallout may be bigger than anyone imagined.